here today because I got pulled over again on the 7th around 10:30 a.m. I was coming down Russell and Warner Robins. And I'm here today to pose a question to my Georgia drivers or any state drivers that the laws apply the same. Do you have to pull over on the side of the road to accept, deny rideshare rides? All right. So from my understanding, I do read the terms and conditions and have read the terms and conditions of Uber that you can accept rides while driving. In this video, I apologize, it's not as good as the last one. A lot of the interaction with the officer, who is Charles Conley, badge number 124, was outside of the vehicle. I was at the Circle K on Russell. As I was passing him, I saw him coming out of the driveway of Fazoli's, or one of the fellow restaurants right there. And as I'm passing him dead near, right in front of him, I got a ride request for Uber, and I accepted it with the one-tap feature and continued on my way. He immediately pulled behind me, and I pulled in Circle K, about to pump gas. He pulled in Circle K with his lights on.
Turn left. What is this?
And as I'm out the car grabbing the pump, he approached me and told me I cannot manipulate my phone while driving. And I was explaining to him like, hey man, I did the one touch feature. I tapped the accept button. You know, I know you saw me, but I have to be in compliance because how can these companies stay in business if we can't accept the rides? He told me we are not allowed to touch the phones at all while driving. It doesn't matter if they're on a phone mount, you can't touch your phone while driving.
Doing good?
Yeah, stop just because you're messing with your phone up there, and you can't do that while you're trying to operate the motor vehicle on the highway, okay? I'm doing a ride. You can't manipulate that phone screen while you're driving, okay? Like you're taking your eyes off the road. You can't hold your phone. Got your driver's license there? Sit tight right now with you, okay?
His perspective was, I'm taking my eyes off the road. To me, my dash mount is in front of my windshield. I can see out my windshield while I'm hitting accept. I take more of my eyes off the road when I'm controlling my climbing, which is lower in the console of the car. All right, so I'm being pulled over, and he's telling me that I manipulated my phone. I told him I'm doing rideshare. All I did was hit accept, and I'm getting pulled over. So right now, I am on Russell at the Circle K gas station. It is 10:39 a.m. and he's just trying to give me a ticket for hitting the button accept for my rideshare ride. Alright, so I went back and talked to him and let him know, like, man, what does the law say? Like, these things, my phone is on a mount. I have to accept these rides to be able to make my money. And he's saying you can't manipulate the phone at all while driving. And it's like, to hit the accept button, I can't manipulate the phone at all. Like, it makes sense not being in your lap, not being on your person. But what does the law say? Like, it's on a mount. I'm tapping the accept button. He said you need to be able to verbally command the phone to accept. And if it's not set up like that, then it has to be you pull over to accept the ride. Is that what the law says? Is that what the law says? Like, because at this point, I'm confused. How rideshare companies even stay in business? I'm confused. I don't get it. He was, I guess, nice enough to give me a warning. I went back and explained to him, like, look, these tickets can possibly close my Uber account to where I can't even drive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here trying to make a living. Like, what are y'all really doing? Like, you can touch the radio. they have the volume button on the radio. You can turn your radio up and down. I can control my heat. I can control my climate. But me hitting the accept button on my phone, now I got to get a ticket. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Pulling over every time you get a ride is, I got to pull over. I got to basically almost cause accident because these rides is coming in like this. You got, what, 15 seconds, if that's what accept the ride before it passes you up. So I gotta quickly try to stop on the expressway. Oh, I have to pull over and get on the shoulder to accept the ride, or I'm gonna get a ticket. I'm gonna get a motherfucking ticket for pulling over on the fucking expressway. He told me that I have to pull over on the side of the road to accept and deny rides. I told him I asked him, is that the law? I don't believe that's the law. Is that the law? He told me that's the law. So my question is, do we have to pull over on the side of the road to accept and deny rides? I believe if you're driving and you get a phone call, you can hit that green button and say hello and answer the call. You cannot dial a number. You cannot scroll through your contact list. You cannot scroll through a playlist. You cannot post on social media, watch videos while driving. These are all things that are not in compliance of the law. So it's just a misunderstanding. I have to say, Officer Conley, Charles Conley, was approachable. He listened to me. He did not treat me like a criminal, and he was understanding. As he pulled up, I gave him my license. He went to his vehicle. I pumped my gas. I got back in my car, and I did hop out of my car to go speak to him because he was taking some time, and I knew he was probably going to give me a ticket. So I went to him, and he advised me that he was going to be with me in a moment, and I can return to my vehicle. And I still approached and said, hey, I'm not trying to be an asshole. At that moment, he could have been aggressive and not heard me out, but he took the time to listen, and I do appreciate that, and I feel like Georgia State Patrol could take notes because that's how you deal with people. You know, we are civilians. If we're in compliance, have license insurance, we shouldn't be treated like criminals, and he heard me out, and I appreciate that. And he ended up giving me a warning, and he took the ticket back, and he didn't have to do that. But did he lie? By telling me that we have to pull over on the side of the road, is that the law? Or is that what he feels would be more safe? And I don't feel you can just say what would be more safe and issue a ticket if it's not in the law. A lot of times we may understand what the law is because we read the terms and conditions and we explain that to the officer what we're doing, and they still issue us a ticket. And these tickets can actually cancel out my contract with Uber. That's why I took the last issue serious. That's why I have to take this issue serious. And I have to ask the question to anybody that's driving in compliance of the law, do you feel you have to pull over to accept or deny rides while doing rideshare? And that's all.